selfishness forever. I will never forget the stories you whispered in my ear while laying down on your couch in Komarok. One particular story stands out when you decided that you would join the resistance against the colonialists. Such stories all the youth of our nation should hear, to know of the struggle and ordeals our foreparents went through for our freedom. You are only in level 3 when you witnessed the brutality of the colonial system firsthand, when a man was killed in broad daylight for not having money to pay tax. In that moment, responding with sheer courage, you fought. For many years, I was ashamed when people said we were related to Dead and Kimathi. In my uneducated mind, we, the family of Wagome, had not contributed much to the fight against Wabeberu, only to discover years later that our very own grandfather Wadufere, grandmother Eloise Mukami Kimathi, was in the center of the fight as a commander in her own right. My dear grandmother, you took away all my senseless shame, and now I pride myself in knowing that not only did you contribute, but you are a big part of the fight for Kenya's independence. You knew right from wrong, and you did not idle and watch as the colonizers abused and killed our men, women, and children. You fought, Grandma, you fought. As a teenager, you fought. As a mother, you fought. As a grandmother, you fought to educate by telling us the truth. As a child, God spoke to you through a dream, and you had seen the coming of the white man before they had stepped foot in Nyeri. Not to mention, you lived in a time when women rarely stood around the table where decisions were made, and yet you not only stood, but you contributed. The burdens you bore have been unimaginable. You carried them without preparation, and that is how I know you walked with God as He carried through the tough times. Then He carries you even now to a better place. You admitted your faults, and often you admitted your faults often, and I admired that about you deeply. You are wise and visionary. In your book you write, "This country will be united by my children's children," and that gives us hope, courage to lead in shaping the future. You had the mercies of God, a God-given grace to have forgiven those who killed Dedan Kimathi. In so doing, you taught me the virtue of forgiveness. To me, you were and still are the embodiment of courage, strength for women at home and abroad. The life you lived was a full and gratifying one. Rest in peace, Grandma, knowing that the torch has been passed and your vision of a unified Kenya lives on in me and everyone here today. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I think we made a mistake. We would have had her as the master of ceremony, and I've taken a back seat. That's my daughter, but kama vile nimesema, if you think I also don't have history, test me, and I'll tell you that His Excellency in 1986, with the team of Kapsabet in Kitale, you did wonders with that volleyball team. I was on the other side, and your team did very well. You are a center player, I was a left player, and the remaining bit is history. You are deputy president. When you are at the university in 1986, you are the setter of the Nairobi University team, the volleyball team, and you played with Rusweti. Your Excellency, you played with Kirunda, you played with Saitoti. The rest is history. I was just trying to tell her I also have my own history. And without further ado, allow me to invite Madam Evelyn. Madam Evelyn is the last born, and this last born has been very dear to us. She's really assisted us. She will lead her Eology, and we shall insert one, Mr. Gitonga, that we forgot, of the lady who was with the mother until she parted, and that is Madam Miriam Nyawera. So immediately after Wanjogu, you will invite Nyawera, and then we shall have the last one by the head of the family, and that is Simon Maina. Thank you. Give her a big hand as she comes.